Folks living in Mobile are fighting again to stop a pipeline in Mobile County. A Public Service Commission hearing was originally supposed to be held in Montgomery. That meeting was held today at Government Plaza in Mobile. 2 years ago, the PSC had no input from Mobile County residents over the proposed pipeline that would travel through Big Creek Lake, Mobile's only water source. Local 15's Christian Jennings was at the meeting today. Christian, this meeting was about replacing an existing pipeline owned by a subsidiary of Plains All-American.
That's right, Kim. Plains Mobile Incorporated wants to replace and reroute a 2.4-mile section of a larger pipeline that runs from downtown Mobile to roughly the 8-mile community. But they have to get the Public Service Commission's approval first, and people in the community aren't letting that happen without a fight. It became a heated discussion as Mobilians fought to protect their environment. Still angry over the Public Service Commission's previous approval of a pipeline set to run through the Big Creek Lake watershed.
And does the cost of our health come into play?
There are so many industries that would be impacted if a spill happened or a leak happened, and you have to take that into account. We can't assume that there will never be a problem.
You as a Public Service Commission do a public service and prevent this.
But today, Plains Mobile Incorporated is seeking from the PSC a certificate of industrial development for a replacement project on a small section of crude oil pipeline that is 40 years old. That small section begins at the Mobile terminal on the river and runs through the Africatown community.
This should be viewed as a completely separate project from the one through the watershed. This is a maintenance project on an existing pipeline.
Director of Operations Rick McMichael says the upgrades and rerouting would make the pipeline safer.
We're going to put 2 isolation valves on the pipeline to better be able to remotely isolate the pipeline in case there is a problem. Pipeline is constructed from will be thicker wall pipe than what is existing today, with better coating and greater depth of cover. The biggest misconception from the public now is this is a tar sands project. This pipeline is not designed to handle tar sands.
But many Mobilians still don't trust Plains. The company's still in a legal battle with Maws over condemnation of land at Big Creek Lake. Now, the next hearing on the condemnation of land case is set for November 19th. The Public Service Commission's next meeting in Montgomery is Wednesday, so they may vote on the separate issue of the rerouting and replacement project then. I should note that it was brought up in today's meeting that the PSC has not denied a certificate of industrial development in the last, or at least 26 years. Greg, Kim.